Hey dudes, I'm going to show you how to make the hipster effect on GIMP. The first thing you need to do is to duplicate your source image. This will show you how I changed the image from before to after the edit. In order to do that, select the layer of the image and click this button to duplicate it. The next thing you need to do is to crush the blacks and dull the whites. What I mean is, that means I darkened the image and increased its contrast as well. In order to do that, let's go to Colors. Let's go to Curves. Now, we have two nodes here, and that's the only thing we need to change. First one is the darker one, and all we need to do is drag this a bit to the right, and as you can see, the image is already looking dark. But since this is an hipster image, I'm going to increase this, so other than crushing the blacks, I'm also lightening the blacks. Next is dulling the whites. So let's move this and move it down a little bit, so the white parts of the image don't look actually white. Your curves will be different than mine depending on the image you're editing. If you're satisfied with the curve, then click OK. The next thing we need to do is to desaturate the image a little bit. You can skip this step, but in this tutorial, I'm going to desaturate the colors a little bit. Let's go to Colors and let's go to Hue and Saturation. Just bring down the saturation down to about maybe -25. It depends on your image, so you might as well experiment a little bit. And if you're satisfied, click OK. And then the next thing, or the last thing you need to do, is to add a tint to your image. You can also skip this step, but I want some of the pop from the other colors of tinting. Let's go to Colors, and let's go to Color Balance. Color Balance usually is to remove tint from images, but in this case, we will add tint to the image. Let's change the shadows by clicking on the shadows. And let's change the shadow levels to be a little bit more cyan. As you can see, the colors of the image tend to be more cyan now. Let's add more blue. Now it looks more blue. A little more cyan as well. Now let's go to the highlights, and I want this to have a little bit more red. As you can see, there's a little bit red, if you can notice that. And it's a bit more yellow, so it's more orange. Yes. Tinting is also arbitrary, so I recommend experimenting with the tints, depending on what you like. And yeah, if you're satisfied, then click OK. Now as you can see, if I hide this layer, and this is before, and this is after. And that's how to make the hipster effect on GIMP. I'm New Creator, see you later.